everybody, it's your girl, Sophie Soph, back here on Sophia's Football Talk. Hope that each and every one of you guys are doing well on this Monday night. Yes, we're back here to do a preview for the Champions League. It's the last, games where we get the second leg of the Champions League. You got the likes of Arsenal too, obviously after getting beat 1-0 at Porto, now have to redeem themselves. Are they going to get a shocking exit out already in the round of 16 after being away for 7 years and now back in the Champions League? Could that happen? Could that happen? I hope personally. I hope personally that would be the case. That would be wonderful. But you have to wait and see. Could Inter, you know, make sure that Atletico gets out? Will Napoli get a wonderful comeback against Barcelona? Hmm. We'll talk about all of that, of course, in this quick but sweet match preview for the Champions League games. Before we fully dive in, make sure that you what? Like this video here because the more likes we get, the more we're able to push the video out there for more people to see. Alright? Also, of course, feel free to join the SFT membership. Link is in the description box. Alright? And yeah, still on the road to 3K subscribers, so let's make that happen. Big up the match channel. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Big up to you. Let's start off. So, first one, I actually want to talk about Atletico Inter because y'all know, some of you guys know, after Man United, I've always had a soft spot for Inter, and I hope they go all the way. They went to the final last year. Of course, was very close to make sure that the noisy little brother neighbors, you know, didn't win a treble, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. Either way, hey, Inter is top at Serie A. They're cruising. Wow. In the last game against Atletico Madrid, they won 1-0 at the very end. I remember it was a Nacho that scored, had a lot of chances, hella wasteful. Not the best game, but to be honest though, we all know how Atletico Madrid be playing. They are very much so. We gonna be cynical, you know. That's kind of how we play. Even though they've been a lot more, what should I say? A lot more offensive minded in terms of the football that they've been playing. But in regards to the Champions League, especially in that first leg against Inter, they were real talk. Ooh, they were very defensive, but they did the thing. So, like I said, first leg was 1-0 to Inter. This time they're going to go to Madrid. It will be very difficult, but I think Inter would get it over the line. It will be an annoying game. Do not get it twisted. It's going to be played on Wednesday. Luckily, that's the game that they're actually showing on TV, so I don't have to stress about that. But it's going to be a difficult game, 100%. It will be a very difficult game, and two teams that you would kind of prefer to still be there in the other, through to the next round of the knockout stages. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I think, you know what? I might even be, in a way, might kind of agree with the match. It could be a 0-0. I think it'll probably be goals. I think either will be like maybe a 1, it could be a 1-1. And to have Inter go through because it's not like in a way goal thing, regardless. So I think that can happen. That'll be interesting. Pick up to KFC delivery. Yes, Ramadan Mubarak to you and your family and everybody else that, celebrates, partakes into the holy month of Ramadan. Ramadan Mubarak to each and every one of my Muslim brothers and sisters around the world. May your Ramadan be a blessing and wonderful, and may it be, because I know how difficult it can be. I've been there before back in the day. So Hopefully, it'll be manageable. Is all I'm gonna say. But pick up though, pick up, pick up. Very soon it's gonna be Eid. That's always a lovely time. But yeah, so that's Atletico and Inter. Like I said, I think Inter can get it over the line. That same game that day, which is Wednesday, like I said, we had at the same time Dortmund and PSV. That game though is pretty wide open because that ended in 1-1 at PSV's ground. I felt like PSV had so many chances, but at the end of the day, I think Dortmund probably would go through as it is at their ground. We have to wait and see. I'm gonna read some of your comments at the end, guys. We'll pick up though. And if you watch this on replay, do let me know your predictions down below. We will, of course, be doing match reaction. I won't be able to do it straightly after tomorrow, not even after Wednesday, but we will be doing a kind of like a summary of all the games on Thursday, basically. Pick up to Mustafa pretty well, says I think Porto, Dortmund, Inter, Napoli qualify. Interesting. Yes, yes, yes. So with Dortmund, I mean, I think Dortmund will do it. I'm gonna say maybe 1-0, or maybe you know what? I'm gonna say 2-1 Dortmund. I think Dortmund will go through. But I will not be shocked if PSV does it, because seriously, they did play very well. They were just being hella um wasteful in my opinion. But I think they can do it. I think they can. You never know. You never know. And when it comes to, of course, the games tomorrow, okay, the match channel says I think Dortmund will go through, maybe through one. Stuff says 2-1 Dortmund, Marlon Sancho. Hey, okay. In regards to the games tomorrow, though, you have, of course, I want to save the Arsenal Porto game to the last. So first we got Barcelona Napoli. That ended in 1-1. In my head, you know what? I completely forgot. In my head, I thought Barcelona was two. Why did I think in my head that Barcelona was 2-0 up against Napoli? This game is wide open. Even though they're going to go back to Camp Nou, but still, though, a new camp. But regardless, I think maybe Napoli can do it. I think Napoli can. I don't know. I just have a feeling, not just because of what I want to happen, but I generally believe, I think Napoli can do it. I'm going to say Napoli will win 2-1. I'm going to say it. I'm gonna say it. On paper, it should be a good game, but the first game wasn't really like oh. But you know, yeah, like KFC says, Napoli finally started to find some form. Maybe they start to find some form right in the right moment, in when they to be. I just have a feeling that they can. Manchester United, I expect this tie to be about the same as last time they played in the Champions League. Drawing Napoli and then Barca win at home, even if it's not the most convincing. That can be the case as well. You never know. You never know for sure. But I just have a feeling, aren't Napoli poor away from home? Technically, they are actually. But you never know. I don't think Barca is all that, either. That's the thing. I just have a feeling. And we'll talk about that on Thursday. I just have a feeling, man. Well, yeah, last one though that I want to kind of spend a bit more time on. Yes, he said Chelsea Newcastle. That's exactly why this stream is going to be a bit short because I want to be able to catch that game. So I just wanted to do like a quick little nice stream talking about the Champions League. So it's not going to be the longest, obviously. But let's get into the one that I think a lot of people will have their eyes on, or not thinking, a lot of people, us the ops, we will be watching more than you can believe. Pick up dark horses. Arsenal deserves to go further in the UCL. Do they though? Do they really? I'm happy for tomorrow as well. As a neutral, even though Man United is not in there anymore, I still love watching the Champions League. I've always loved the Champions League. It's an incredible competition, and I love it. Of course, there's going to be so much changes next season. We'll figure out whether it'll be a good one or it'll be horrendous. But hey, we'll see. Pick up the Dark Crow. With Arsenal Porto, obviously, like I said, was 1-0 to Porto at the very end in injury time. Arsenal played horrendous in that game. They were shite. They were not good. And that was off of them slapping up, I think it was maybe Sheffield United, like they were slapping up a bunch of teams. I think it might have been after, you know what? Might have been after the West Ham game where they slapped up West Ham like 6-0 or something in that order. I think so, if I remember correctly. So this is, you know, an opportunity. They're at the Emirates. To be honest, I think they probably will go through. I'm not gonna sit there and say I think they'll. I will. I hope. I'm manifesting. You can do what you want to do in the league, but personally, I would really want Arsenal to get a nice little exit out of the Champions League. Why not? It'll be funny to still say that. You'll never sing that. You never sing that. You never sing that. Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. Mm, they will never sing it. Are you mad? Mm. But I think, to be honest, though, Arsenal probably will go through. I think they will. But if they don't, it will be funny to see the meltdown tomorrow. Oh my God. It will be funny. But then again, it will also be dope to kind of see, you know what? They go through and then see them get slapped up by a bigger team. Get them slapped up by Inter or something. Inter goes through, hopefully. That'll be funny as well. Oh, that'll be funny. But we have to wait and see, of course. Big up to the Chelsea fans. Says the fact that Barca rely on 16-year-old Yamal to bail them out is alarming. That's exactly. Thank you. Thank you for saying the obvious. Thank you. The National says Arsenal play best through the middle, but that's where Porto will be defending and in the mid block. Exactly. They'll figure it out. The thing is, though, Arsenal have to, like, what they need to do is get a goal early tomorrow. They have to do that early, you know. Because what the Porto can do, they can just drag it on, maybe try to go in a counter attack. They can just drag it on. They don't have to. They don't have to go there and play. They can just sit back, enjoy themselves, defend, defend, defend. Very cynical, but that's how you can win. That's how you win a proper football match. You do, especially when it comes to cup games. You got to do what you got to do. In knockout football, it's not about. It doesn't have to be the best team that wins the game. You just got to win. Just got to find a way to win. Islamine Yamal, 16 years. I don't think so. Man played like 20 years old. I mean, definitely a grown 16-year-old for sure. Let's be real. Arsenal is not winning the UCL to form City Madrid. I mean, they're not winning the Champions League. I don't think. I think they can go far. Maybe I think they might. They could squeeze themselves into the semifinal, but I don't. I think they will be out in the quarterfinals. If they go through past Porto, I think they get knocked out of the quarterfinals. If I'm going to be very honest, that's what I think. Can't wait for Arsenal exit. Yes, Arsenal don't have the players to play direct and counter a mid block. That's something that they have to figure out. I think Porto will go through. You never know, to be honest. You never know. That's the kind of beauty when it comes to like the whole with football, that you never know. And I'm just mad excited, with how this is gonna go. I cannot wait. Real talk. I'm very, very excited to see this game tomorrow, and I think it's gonna be a good one. I think so. Team spirit is Arsenal's biggest advantage in Premier League and UCL. I mean, yeah, with UCL though, it's a bit different. I think they've been very convincing in the group stages, but let's be honest, they've kind of been playing like a Europa League group, if we're going to be very honest. So Porto was more of a bigger test. And we'll see whether or not they will be able to go through, whether they'll pass that test tomorrow. That is the main question. Matchman says Porto can't sit back deep, hence the mid block, because Arsenal with possession half and allows them to try and create chances. It's not a given that Arsenal will show, but being at home is an advantage. That's kind of what I think. Because I think if Arsenal would have, let's say, lost at home instead. If that first leg was at the Emirates and they lost 1-0 and they had to play the second leg at Porto, then I would say, like, ooh, that can be very difficult. But since the second leg is at the Emirates, I think that definitely gives them a big advantage for sure. But nothing is certain. Nothing is certain. Arsenal, ooh, and Porto 1-1 extra time. That then in obviously on aggregate would mean that Porto wins 2-1 if that is of course the case. It'll be interesting to see whether or not. But like I said, to summarize for those who are here for the games tomorrow, I think Arsenal probably will go through, but I'm not completely certain. When it comes to Barcelona Napoli, I think Napoli could do something. So I'm going to say Napoli is going to go through. When it comes to Atletico Madrid versus Inter, I'm going to back my Inter and say they go through because I believe they can do it. And then Dortmund, PSV, I'm going to say Dortmund will go through. Yes, that is my thoughts there. Whether or not it'll happen, we'll have to wait and see, of course. But I'm not sure. I think Arsenal won't get many chances apart from set pieces. The thing is, they are deadly when it comes to set pieces, definitely very threatening. So that is, a force to be reckoned with. A something that they of course can use to their advantage. That's if only Man United was really good at set pieces, that would be lovely. But hey, Casey says Atleti loves to park the bus. I mean, they definitely did that when they played Inter in the first leg. But the thing is though, they can't just be parking the bus because they also gotta be a bit more higher up. I think it would be easier for them to park the bus if they're 1-0 up, but they're not 1-0 up. Inter is 1-0 up, so they have to go for it. You know what I'm saying? Still be defensively sound. Don't get twisted, but you also have to go for it. But they were gonna be they're definitely gonna try to rattle everybody. They're gonna go for it. Galeno and Francisco Cunesiao and runners that can do both the defensive and attacking sides. Well, wide players. Yeah, 100%. It'll be interesting. Guys, the Chelsea Newcastle game is starting now, so we're going to be wrapping this up. But yeah, this was just a quick, nice little match preview for tomorrow's game, just to give some thoughts. So if you're watching this on replay, you let me know your thoughts, your prediction down below in the comment section. I'm going to be back on Thursday, so I'll take a break tomorrow and Wednesday because due to work, it's a bit difficult during the weekdays, but we'll be back on Thursday to do a review on all of the Champions League games and, of course, do a reaction on Friday for the Champions League quarterfinal and semifinal draw, plus also the final. So we'll definitely do all of that. And, of course, during the weekend, when we get there, we will be previewing Man United versus Liverpool in the FA Cup. So lots of good content coming this week. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure that you are subscribed, have on the notification bell button so that you don't miss out on when I am live or have any type of content next. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Big up. Sophie is out.